Okay, Bill?
Should be good to go. I'll check it, but y'all go ahead.
You good to go? He said you're good to stuff.
Okay. Okay, before we get started this morning, I kind of want to give a report, and if anybody who's been listening to the radio, they probably already heard this 10 times. But Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in the state of Kentucky, there was 10,007 new cases of the COVID. The people under 18, there was 2,763. Logan County, as far as the state reports, there was 103 new cases. And as far as the total deaths around Kentucky, there were 68 deaths Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The Barren River report that I got Friday afternoon for 3 days, from Wednesday to Friday afternoon, Logan County had 76 new cases. We need to remember all these people as they're struggling with this bad disease, and remember the other people around Logan County that's hurting. I heard about several this morning, but I'm afraid to call a name without leaving somebody else's name out. So with all that being said, Thomas, you like you're up there.
Be happy to. Let us pray. Dear most gracious Heavenly Father, we are honored to come before you this day to serve in this capacity in which you have called us. We thank you for each one who is willing to serve and put their time and effort in to do what's best for the people who they serve and the county in which they love. We just pray that your wisdom, Lord God, would guide each and every one of us, and that we don't rely on our own understanding, but seek you first, Lord, and just pray that you'll just guide us in the way to govern that would be pleasing unto you and good for the community in which we serve, Lord. Lord, and as the judge had mentioned, we are very mindful of the many friends and family members and fellow Kentuckians that are suffering from COVID, whether they just had a mild case or even those who have lost life, Lord, that each and every one of them are precious to us, and we lift them up to you. We just pray comforting where comforting is needed, Lord, and we pray healing upon those who are still battling the disease and the sickness. And Lord, just pray that we would just be mindful on a daily basis to care for those who are in need in this situation. Lord, we ask for your guidance and our leadership across the state and across our country. We just pray, Lord, that each person who is called to serve would seek your wisdom in doing so. We thank you for the land in which we live, a free nation. We thank you for that. We thank you that the men and women who have proudly served to protect our freedoms, we lift them up to you today and let them know that, Lord, that they are loved. As we, Lord, reflect on our 9/11 that just passed, we're mindful of those who lost life. We're mindful of the day after, Lord, that where all Americans came together of one accord, under one heart, under one purpose, Lord, and that's to help one another. May that kindness and love persevere today, and may that love come from you, Lord God. We pray this in the wonderful name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Okay, let's call the meeting together with the pledge to the American flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, before we get started this morning, I need to make a couple of changes on the agenda. Let's move the treasurer's report up right after we pay the bills. And then we need to add an item to the bottom. Renew agreement with AAA equipment and monitoring for the PVA office for a 3-year term.
So moved. Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Is there any question? Okay, let's have a roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crosley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, the first item of business is the minutes from the August 24th meeting.
Motion to approve the August 24th minutes as presented.
Second.
Okay, is there any question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next item is bill list and supplemental bill list.
Make a motion, we pay the bill list and the supplemental bill list as presented.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second on the bill list and the supplemental bill list. Is there any questions? Okay, if not, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, treasurer report. Be right with you, Jim, right after this.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In your folders, you should have a copy of the financial statement ending August the 31st of 2021. The balance in the general fund was 913,742.87. Road fund 1,433,150.36. Jail fund 110,892.17. LGEA 106,257.15. Federal grants fund $54.63. Solid waste recycling 536,878.77. Parks and Rec fund 500,107.75. Occupational tax 6,620,648.10. Life skills 153,434.35. 911 fund 52,210.92. Health insurance fund 229,349.11. ARPA funds 2,632,828.99. Special reserve 4,183,073.02. For a total of all funds 17,472,628.19.
Move to acknowledge as presented. Second.
Okay, got a motion to acknowledge the financial report. Is there any question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes.
Today I do have two cash transfers. We need to transfer $135,000 from the Occupational Net Profits Tax Fund to the Jail Fund.
So moved.
Right, a second? Okay, second by Jack. Okay, any questions? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes.
And we need to transfer $20,000 from the Occupational Net Profits Tax Fund to the 911 fund.
So moved. Second.
Okay, got a motion second on the transfer. Question?
20.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes.
And that's all I have for you today.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Amanda. Okay, next item of business is dealing with our industrial development. So Jim, if you would like to come forward.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
How are you all? Doing good, doing good. Want to cover the PDI?
Yeah, I covered, the first thing is industrial development in Logan County Fiscal Court PDI EDF draft agreement and final agreement and allow Judge Chick to sign.
I think you covered it all.
Yeah,
This is the agreement that will allow us to get our PDI grant funds from the state, and it needs to be signed by the judge and approved by the fiscal court, and then the industrial authority will sign off on it as well. Ms. Till and I have reviewed it. I didn't see any major issues. Mr. Ross, I don't know if you had any comments on the agreement or not.
She and I have been in close contact over the issues that are kind of overlapping, and I think she thinks everything's good to go as well.
So we're asking the court to approve the agreement so we can move forward and get this in. This will be the draft form, and once it's agreed upon by the fiscal court, we'll get a final version, and then it'll go before the KEDFA board at the end of October for final approval, and then hopefully we'll be able to get those funds from the state.
okay. Thomas, I don't know whether you want to make any comments or not. We reviewed this at the Logan County Lead and IDA committee just last week, and didn't see any big issues with it. And the reason it says in here the draft agreement, they wanted to make sure that we didn't want to change anything on it, and we signed off on this. And then they're probably just going to turn around and then send one with the correct dates on it. The dates on this one was set up to be approved in September, and we'd already had our last August meeting, and we'd had a special call meeting, and plus at the time we didn't have time to review it and have our other meetings to agree to it and sign off on it. It does say that authorized representative of Logan County Fiscal Court sends me an email confirming that the draft EDF grant agreement is acceptable. And then they'll send the original, and that's what we're asking, to be able to sign off on the original agreement. Anything else you want to comment on, Tom?
No, I mean, I think probably the court knows that these funds are used for, usually through the IDA. We're just the body that the state bring those funds to fiscal court. It requires a body of government. It can't be the IDA. So it comes to court turns around and gives the money to the IDA. The IDA has to use those projects for economic development purposes, land acquisitions, land improvements, things such as that. So the $335,361 has to be used for those type of things. We can't use it for payroll. We can't use it for, Jim, you may elaborate, we can't pay the electric bill with it.
No, actually, these funds specifically will be used to do land improvements there on the American Legion site, to do the clearing and get that site cleaned up for future use.
So we won't get to hold the funds. I want y'all think that funds would be here, and we have discretion over it. I mean, our discretion would be through whatever you want to tell the lead board to do, but the funds are pretty much, as far as the lead board is concerned, committed to that project. That's the only thing I know to add.
Okay. All right, do we have a motion?
I'll make it.
And that's the,
Let the judge sign it.
Yeah, right. So
motion is to approve the draft agreement and the final agreement and allow Judge Chick to sign
Right.
the PDI grant.
Second.
And those are matching funds too, so we have to match that dollar to dollar. So the IDA has to come up with the matching funds.
It's reimbursable funds. Yeah. Okay, any questions? Okay,
Yes, we
let's
have
have
to
roll
spend
call.
all of it to get it, you have to spend
Davenport.
$700.
Yes.
Crossley. Wright.
Yes.
Harper.
Yes.
Kyle. Golden.
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next item of business is approve a letter of support for the PDI, the Project Development Incentive through the Economic Development Fund grant. And y'all should have a copy of this letter to the Kentucky Cabinet of Economic Development.
And this is part of the contract or the agreement that we just discussed.
We did pass a resolution back in June 24th in support of this.
Make a motion to approve the letter of support to PDI EDF.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, next item of business that Jim's here for is to approve a letter of support for KBI incentives.
Yes, sir, Judge, and this is, we're going to call this Project Gulf, just because the last time I came before the court and I mentioned the client's name, I got a call from the cabinet saying, asking us not to do that, but you all can see who the letter is for. And this is just a preliminary letter approving the incentive package of the KBI incentives for Project Gulf. This particular company is an existing operation here in Logan County, and they're going to more than double their employee base. And this allows them to move forward with their KBI incentive package. Once the project is approved by the KEDFA board and things are ready to move forward, obviously they'll come before the court again for final approval, and we'll divulge the name publicly.
Make a motion to approve the letter of support for KBI incentives for Operation Gulf.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Question? Not hearing any, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay,
Judge, if I may just add a couple comments real quick.
yes.
Just to update the court, we've had a lot of activity here in the last few weeks. We had another major site visit last Tuesday. We had a site visit from a major operation last Tuesday. It went real well. We had a virtual site visit yesterday, and I appreciate the judge put me at the top of the agenda because I have a developer coming in at 10 o'clock to go look at the Shelton Lane site. So there's a lot of interest percolating with the two sites and other areas of Logan County. So we feel like we're going to have some good news here before long, and appreciate the court's support. And if I can ever answer any questions or if you need me for anything, feel free to give me a call. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Court.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You have a great week.
Okay, road work request, Tyler.
District 1, continue maintenance, everything looking good. Kelly, thank you for all the road work prep for the paving.
Mr. Two, the same. Appreciate it.
District 3, discontinue maintenance. We'll try to look at that more issues later on. Thank you.
District 4, same thing, continue maintenance.
District 5, same, everything's looking good, thanks a lot.
I'm sorry, Kelly, I hate to break it up, man, I usually don't have anything, but District 6, I've had a request on Wildcat Lane to have a no outlet sign. We've had a couple of phone calls that 18-wheelers are pulling back there, and then realize they ain't got no way of getting out. And, even though there's a bus cul-de-sac back there, that's tough on 18-wheelers. So I've had a request for that. So if I could get a no outlet sign, I'd appreciate it. Other than that, continue maintenance. Appreciate everything.
Okay, y'all heard the road work request. Is there any questions or a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second to approve the road work
seconded
request.
it?
Now,
Y'all gonna have to do that again.
Yeah, y'all gonna flip the coin.
I
now
don't make the
question.
call.
Okay, not hearing any, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, elected officials, Mary. Okay, Phil.
Morning, Court.
Good morning.
Give you the numbers first. We have 108 county inmates this morning, 55 state.
How many did you say county this morning?
108.
108.
We got beds for 82, so we're overcrowded. Any questions?
Yes, one. Is bed space or beds? The question.
Beds, we have 82 beds on the
Do you
county
have
side.
space for more?
We're out of space.
And spaces are just problem.
Out of space and, yeah, we're out of space.
How many 163 then, total? Or
Total
is-
163, that's correct.
Okay, so there's probably some state on the county side then?
29 stay on the county side waiting to be classified. 25 are male, 4 are female.
Are all those double booked?
They are.
I never have asked that, and I've wondered several times. I don't think about it when I'm with you. Roughly percentage every month, how many female do we have against male percentage-wise? You know understand what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah, well, it's less than males, for sure.
Yeah, I knew it'd be
On the
less.
county
but-
side, we have 90 males, and we have 18 females.
Okay. Does it pretty well run that every
It's
month?
pretty
I mean,
consistent.
that percentage.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Out of 15.
Any other questions? I'd like to report that 35 individuals, inmates at the jail, requested to be vaccinated, and that happened Friday. So that was good news.
Yes, sir.
That's a blessing.
Yeah,
You mean they want to be vaccinated?
they asked to be vaccinated.
Well, they're smarter than some people they in jail in.
Well, I'm not going to comment on that.
Yeah, I'd be smart. That would be a smart move.
Not to comment on that. But if there's some more questions on that, I understand there were some COVID testing issues for county employees over the weekend. Some of them couldn't get in to be tested, is what I've been told. We would all like to offer that testing up at the jail for county employees. We can do that there. We can do a rapid test. It takes about 15 minutes, 20 at the most. And we can send off the 3-day test as well to a lab. So just want to let the court know that.
That's good.
And we can make that available.
That's good to know, yeah. That's be very helpful, I think.
How accurate is a 15-minute one?
90%.
90%.
And then if
Is it
there's a
3
question
day or
about it,
more?
sir,
Is it 3 day more?
Yeah, it's more effective.
it's fairly close, about 98%, something like that. It's not, none of them are 100%. But if we get a positive on the rapid, we'll send it off 3 days to the lab and verify that.
Well, I know I had the rapid.
Yeah,
It hit twice.
yeah,
And I went to Bowling Green the next day and it hit again.
yeah,
But it didn't really matter. I had it.
yeah. So I don't know if the court needs to take any action on the jail doing that. It's just, I've done it for others already in the county.
Is the health provider the one doing the test?
They will be. I talked to the medical department at the jail, and they're willing to do that.
The only thing I don't know is if we would have to work out something between that medical, them, and just if they want anything with liability or anything like that, I know
What
they're
Phil touched on, I'm not trying to butt in,
No, you're fine.
but we had 1 or 2 that couldn't get in to get tested over a weekend, and this is an alternative. We're not requiring them to go to the jail, but in a situation where somebody does happen to come in and they find out later that day that maybe they've been exposed or got the COVID, This would give an alternative for those officers if they can't get in where they want to go.
That's great. I think it'd be.
You know what I'm talking about, to be able to go over to jail, you know,
Probably just park in the parking lot or
and
something, they come out there.
be tested and feel this can happen outside.
It can. We can do it outside. The 35 that received their vaccination, majority of them were vaccinated outside at the picnic table. So that went really well. And we'll thank
And
them.
that was through the Logan County Health Department.
Right, I was going to say, I want to thank the health department for coming down to the jail and providing those vaccinations.
Well, Phil, when I made that remark, I meant it, what I said, because I got 2 granddaughters that hadn't been vaccinated, so, and I still stick with what I said.
Okay, all righty. But anyway, I just want to offer that up to the county employees. If they ever run into a situation where they can't get in to be tested, we can help them out at the jail. But we need to schedule it. They just don't need to show up at the jail. Just give us some kind of notice, and the jail will take care of it, the medical department.
I don't think we need any court action.
And that's more so available in the daytime hours when the nurses are there.
Right. It would be, yeah, it has to be during the daytime hours. So from 6 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon, somewhere there.
Is that 7 days a week?
7 days a week.
That's more accessible than a lot of other
Yeah.
places. So,
Well, you know, these people that were doing the testing were so overrun with it all.
they are.
They were behind and backed up and just couldn't get to them, so
Yep.
just want to offer
It's
that up.
understandable.
Okay.
Appreciate you looking into that.
Yeah.
You still got people sleeping on the floor.
Not on the floor.
On the boat.
We're calling them portable beds.
Well, yeah, but they
So they're
are,
on portable beds. They're not on concrete floors. I have 58 on portable bunks today. 58.
they're not sleeping on double mattresses on the concrete.
With the portable bunks, no, they're not. With the portable bunks, they get one mattress,
Okay.
and it's a bunk. They call them a boat. Looks like a boat you might go fishing in. I mean, it's just a bunk, a boat type deal.
Yeah, I knew that they were out. I didn't know whether it's still on the floor or not.
Nobody's sleeping on the bare concrete. So, okay, that's all I have. Anything else,
Okay.
Court?
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Court.
Okay, Scotty, the only thing you got your fee report in.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second on county clerk's fee report. Question? Not hearing any, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
We need to do the sheriff's too.
I think Clint's here.
Okay, then, this morning from Sheriff Department, we got a fee report that needs to be approved. I don't know if that's what you're here for or not. Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second on Sheriff Department fee report. Is there any question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
Hey, Judge, could I have just a minute of Clint's time, Mr. Wright? So, you know where I live on 100? Yes, sir. Okay, that intersection, I will witness personally, see it myself, once a month, you know, and I'm just like everybody else. I'm not looking at traffic, okay? But I do live within 200 yards of that intersection. I'll witness myself once a month, somebody driving through that intersection at 70 miles an hour. This month, I've got firsthand experience of 3, and today's the 13th. I'm telling you, they are blowing through that left and right. I mean, anything we can do, it is getting bad out there. My nephew almost got hit at 70 miles an hour on the tractor, locked the tractor up, cost me $700 to get the tractor repaired, and it never touched the tractor. But, you know, I mean, I saw one Saturday, this happened the Tuesday before, and then another one Sunday. You know, they're blowing that thing left and right.
I'll let my guys know, and then I'll let the city know also, maybe try to get out there and patrol, do some stationary patrol out there more than, when we get a chance to, we can actually be out there and sit and watch it. I know, we was actually responding to a call one day, we was going to a call, and we seen a vehicle flow through it, but we couldn't actually stop that, because we was actually responding to an emergency call, but
Yes,
I know what you're saying, we do get some complaints there a lot, so I'll pass it along to the city also, and us, we'll try to sit out there more often than what we do, when we get a chance to.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I mean, once a month's bad enough. You know, if you see one in a month's time, you know you miss 50 more, you know. I mean, and I've seen, like I said, I've either seen or had firsthand experience with 3 so far this month.
A four-way stop.
At that four-way stop.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the rumbling strips are not getting their attention, because there are a little bit of rumbling strips. I'm a big turnabout guy. I don't know why the state of Kentucky don't use more turnabouts. They get that doing 70 mile an hour. They won't do it but once. But
Mostly, are they coming off the bypass?
the ones I see mostly are coming from 431 headed to 6880. That's the majority of them. They're coming off that hill, and they're coming down, and I don't know if it looks different or what.
They're probably just not paying attention, they're probably just running the bypass, and they're not expecting there to be a four-way right there in the middle of it. They're just, by the time they get on it, they don't have time to stop, so they just go blow on through. Yeah, we'll definitely try to put a little attention out there for you.
Well, and I don't know if we need to talk to the state about doing something different as well, because we're not getting these people's attention.
I mean, I guess all the way you do it is stop light. I mean, it's got the red light and the four-way. I mean, you may have them put a sign up. I don't know if there's a sign up further ahead that says stop ahead or not.
Oh, there's a sign, it's written on the road, there's a rumble strip.
Information center where you go.
They're either on their phone, so they're just not paying attention, but we'll definitely try to put some more directed control out that way. We're just, kind of right now with us in the city, you know, we're running, you know, two to a shift basically, even the city, so it's just hard for us to get from call to call, especially on the second shift. I don't know if it's happening more in the mornings or evenings. I work 2 to 10, and I know that the traffic volume really picks up, you know, at that time of day, especially coming from Bowling Green and going back and forth. But I'll definitely try to get some more direct control out that way when we can.
Saturday, the one I saw was at 12:58, you know, and just in the middle of the day. And
Saturday was just random.
just, you know, but I see them. Of course, obviously, I'm only seeing them during the daylight. I'm not sitting out on my front porch looking for them, but, you know, I was driving the tractor coming, I take it back, I was driving my truck pulling that grain cart, and, you know, a guy had been doing 70 miles, never eased up. You know, they never check their brakes, too. You'll watch them. You know, some people realize it and check their brakes. These people aren't even checking their brakes.
And a lot of people are just not, you know, paying attention. I stopped with a lady there one time. She stopped and she sat there. She was waiting for the light to change. You know, I mean, and I finally I thought she was probably impaired. She went through it and I finally stopped her and she thought, well, I didn't know it was a four-way. She said, I thought the light was going to change. I said, well, I mean, it's 4 stop signs on each side of it. So they're just not paying attention. They just don't get it. So.
Jack had a good point, Judge. We may ask the state, you know, we requested that flashing stop sign ahead at 96 in the bypass, and
Yeah, that may
that
really tell at 96 if you need to stop.
that really helped, and maybe we can put them on. And it's not the 100 traffic. You never see them blow
It's typically off the bypass.
coming, you know, through 100. It's the people who are coming on the bypass, which tells me they're probably not the local people, more than likely. And, you know, they're just on the bypass, ain't paying attention, they're blowing through it. They're on their darn phones, everybody's on their phones. So, anyhow, I just thought I'd mention it, somebody.
Put a more direct control out there.
Well, put so many speed bumps across the road.
Well, they're rumble strips, I call them. They're there. Now, they ain't much rumble to them,
Right.
but they are there.
I mean, back for them.
I mean, they're hundreds of yards back.
Oh,
They're-
okay.
they're
See, I
hundred-
don't go out there.
They're 200 yards back at least, but They're
You
just,
ever notice as you're coming down 6880 towards the stoplight, you actually go around on a curve, and you don't see that flashing light down there until you done got around the curve. And they might be doing too fast to get slowed down properly. I don't know.
well, we need to do
Flashing
something.
stop
I'm
lights.
just a little concerned that,
Start with that.
we're gonna have trouble there.
Okay, well, we'll put some thought into it, maybe contact the state.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anything y'all can do, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Okay, we'll move, well, I've got one thing here.
Did we roll
Personnel-
call this?
I got a personnel action request on Tyler, where we're switching her to human resource. It's still gonna be a process, you know, what I'm talking about, of working basically a little bit in both jobs for a while. What is those, the questionnaires?
Yeah.
Y'all wanna see it? Make a motion to approve the fiscal court personnel action request for Paula J. Rainwaters. She is going from Schedule LC-JA-1 to LC-HR-1 with 4 years' experience. Effective September the 6th, 2021.
Was that your motion?
Yes.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and then a second on this personnel request. Question. Okay, not hearing any, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, you need to hand that to Janice when you get finished with Thomas.
Anybody else want to see it?
Okay, department heads. Nathan?
Morning.
Good morning.
Since y'all just did that, I just wanted to make a statement. I appreciate Paula. She's always been really helpful and thorough, and I'm looking forward to working with her in HR. So I just want to put in a good plug there. Appreciate it. And I just put some a couple reports in for what I do and litter pickup. The jail inmates were just not at the level where they could do it in August to pick up, so the pickup is done by a nonprofit and me, 80 bags and 27 tires. But I spoke with Phil, and they are back out picking up now. So that's good news. And they'll pick up as they have the ability to. With our recycling, glad to have Tim back out there. He's been unable to be there, been under the weather, and did have 19 bales of cardboard and a metal load and some paper. And we did have our second load from our trailer we purchased go through Planet Recycling, $5,208. So it really was a good take. from the cardboard this time, so we're pleased about that. So that's what I had this morning, if there's any questions.
Say that again. $5,000 before.
The trailer we purchased for the recycling program, been hauling our own cardboard now through a company called Planet Recycling down to Waverly, Tennessee.
Right.
And we took that second load back at the middle of last month in August, and they got a check to us for $5,208. And that's the most we probably had for one load in a long time.
You mean just for cardboard?
For 44-ish bales of cardboard that we loaded on that trailer.
Over what
It's
period
in
of
them
time?
bales. They're
Over what period-
Gotcha.
They're squishing
What
in
period
the
of time
bales.
you think that is a collection of period of time?
It's about a month and a half. We've been doing quite a bit of cardboard out there so far. It'd be a little bit less now because Tim has been sick, but it's been quite a bit.
Are we gonna schedule a e-scrap day in October?
Okay, here's the problem I have with that. I've tried a couple of different ideas on that, and I can't figure out anything that'll work. The biggest problem I still have is getting labor, because I'm getting a lot of calls about that. I know Judge Chick is, and if I host a day, they're gonna come out from everywhere bringing that stuff. And a lot of times it's the big old TVs, 500-pound TVs, it almost seems like, and it's like I need help to lift it. I can't just have Tim and me out there lifting it, and right now I just can't get a steady source of labor to do that. And I've tried a couple of ideas, and for various reasons it hasn't worked. I would love to do an e-scrap day, but I just don't know how to work around that problem just yet. But
Can we
I'm
not
working
get a
on some
couple
of
of
the
people
ideas.
from the jail?
I spoke with him about it today. Maybe not. I'm not sure. So that's something that I have not been able to get a lock on.
I
guess
get
I'll put it.
almost every time that I do the radio show, I'll get at least one phone call on when that's gonna be.
Thomas beat me to it. I was gonna ask, I got 2 big boxes of stuff that's been ready to go since 2019.
Yeah,
And I apologize. I would really love to.
No,
do
it's
it
not your
today.
fault. There you go.
Well, when was the last one we had?
The fall of 2019.
2019?
Jonathan.
Okay, I was thinking it hadn't been much over a year.
I don't know, they might want to.
Who's that?
They had the tar, Greg and Jonathan.
Yeah. Did they realize what they were getting into?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I've been aiming to think I could call you that, but Kelly, sometime, we probably on your trailer, maybe every couple of runs or something, you might get with Kelly, make sure they check the tires, iron the tires, and, sort of make sure the trailer's okay. I know I'm putting more work on you, but I'd hate to have a flat tire halfway there. That'd eat up a profit pretty quick. But I don't mind checking it, but,
We'll see what we can do.
every month or so, probably need to glance at it before they head out or something.
Nathan, I might make a call to, if you want me to a company that, we usually call them and say, we've got X amount of stuff to come pick up, and they don't charge us. They pay us so much per machine because they know what we got. But I might ask them if they've got some kind of program that they could, because they supply the help.
Yeah.
If they got some kind of program, maybe they charge us a little bit for a whole day, and it wouldn't be that much, but then they would still profit because they get the stuff and get to melt it and everything.
That's what I'm working on right now, is find companies. The company that we work with was unable to give us any additional help. They said they give us one guy, and that's just not going to be enough.
Okay.
And so
I
would
might-
love to,
yeah,
if you could do that, I would
I'll call
love to
him.
have another company.
I'll call
I could
that
talk
sales
to.
rep and see if,
And I'll keep working on that too, to find other
Yeah,
companies. That's my project right now, to see if there's anybody that could give us some help out there with a day like that.
Okay, maybe we can do it a little bit later and maybe things will get better. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
talking about, so.
Yes, sir.
I
Well,
know,
at some point, people are just gonna start kicking them in the trash, and that's what we want to avoid, that's just stuff is not environmentally too friendly.
does not
Right.
break down.
That is true.
Is that a late day, December date work? Or is that too late?
Well,
I might have some help in December is what I was getting at.
we can make something work if you thought you might have something. Yeah.
We'll just see what works. Let him check with his people or something. But
Sounds good.
Do we have a grant for that usually every year?
We do.
Okay.
What that is for the TVs. The TVs are usually the
$10
item that has to be
apiece. They used to
charged.
charge
And we have
$10.
It's through the conservation district over there. They have a grant for us to cover it's a 25% match, and usually it's about, in the past, it's been about $20 for the TVs, and so the person bringing it brings 5, and then that grant covers the other $15.
Let me ask you something, Nate. Would it be, and I'm just asking, would it be a possibility that the court pay a nonprofit group, like we do our litter pickup, $500 a day to supply 2 or 3 people for a day, and they can make $1,500? You know, I mean, we have the funds to do that, and it's a worthy program, and maybe
I'm
if you
all for it.
announce that, and you know, I mean, it has to be some people that are capable, physically capable of picking up TVs. You don't want 3 kids to show up and you and one other guy sitting there stuck doing all the work. It needs to be understood that you need to have the lifting capability of 75 pounds a person and be able to do that all day long, whether they switch and rotate people every 3 hours. You know, they could say, hey, you got 3 hours this day and 3 hours the next day, your group, and, you know, somebody might want to make it $1,500, you know, and we pay $500 a day.
That goes for
Football team.
Football team.
There you go.
That's for litter pickup.
I'm not saying use the litter pickup fund.
He's thinking usually.
I'm saying just use our county discretionary funds, you know, out of the general fund or out of some other
We
account.
did that
I don't-
essentially with the tire day with Grace Recovery. They gave us a couple of guys, and we paid for them with working with the mulch outfitters out there.
Yeah.
We paid a couple of guys to do
Yeah,
it.
same principle,
We did the
just
same
announce
idea.
that, maybe one of these nonprofits that you're already working with, if you could reach out to them and ask if they would be keen to that. And, you know, I think there would be several programs out there that would like that opportunity to make another $500, or maybe take all 3 of those days and make $1,500 for something.
Russell football team, Logan
When you
County
say
football
3 days, what 3 days were you thinking about?
Well, I mean, I don't know, you do it 2 days or 3 days?
What's that now? The e-scrap?
E-scrap.
It's just a one-day event.
It's a one-day
Oh, it's a one-day event.
Yes,
I'd
yes.
say one day pay the football team $500. I mean, if there's 10 kids out there, they ain't doing. They'll be in school. They'd rather be there than school.
But now, I did work out there one day. They do bring some big TVs in. I ain't never seen
But-
I didn't know there
And
many
it's gonna be
TVs
really
left.
busy, because there's so, like you said, there's so much demand for that right now. There are
And
really
so
a lot of
people
people.
buy that stuff. Like there's companies that'll pay us for that.
Yeah, because the components are gold and lead and mercury and
There's
silver,
yeah.
titanium. There's all kinds of junk in there. that-
Some of them are real big money makers, and some of it really isn't, but they'll take the stuff for the stuff that is the money making stuff, so.
Okay, we'll work on that. We need to probably
I'd
move
hate to
on.
miss another year because I know what's going to end up happening.
Yes, sir. I'll keep working on it.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I'm gonna
Nathan.
End up in the sinkhole.
That's
somewhere.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan.
Okay, Sue Carroll, you got anything today? Okay, it's good to have you up here today. Kelly? I know we're getting ready to do a lot of blacktopping. I think several of you's turned in several locations, and so,
You got a gun shy on that money. We spending it. Kelly marked my road the other day. I seen the arrows down there. So I
okay,
appreciate
as far as judges'
Hey,
announcements.
Judge, I do have one question in regards to Kelly, I think. So I know we've been having some issues with one of our tractors since about July. And man, I think we're way, way behind on some stuff, on some
Mowing.
mowing
Side
and
mowing.
ditching. And it don't sound like it's looking good for the tractor. So to get some stuff caught up, we're gonna have to like rent a tractor or something temporarily to get us caught up, or, I mean, we're getting pretty behind on a lot of these tasks. What do you think
Is that possible?
Well, I know that we're supposed to get a demo for about, what, a week, Kelly? A demo thing for about a week, and I don't know whether we can rent one or not. I mean, that's a question I can't answer. Most time when they talk about tractor leases and stuff, they talk about over, a period of time. You know what I'm talking about?
I just thought we might, I hate for them to get so behind to where when they get something to where they can do the work, they're gonna be just slammed. And I don't want us to get super behind. I mean, I keep getting calls about doing some of that stuff, but we can't do it, so I wanna, but it's not nobody's fault. I mean, the tractor's down and it's down. It's just some.
Well, the mower's down right now.
Yeah, the mower's down, so But anyway, well, I guess we can see what the future is looking on that. If it looks like it's gonna be a real long time, we might have to look at an alternative, I think. That's just my opinion. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but.
Do we have a tractor out there to be bid right now? Are we bidding a tractor?
Yeah, we're
This
mowing
here is the
tractor.
one with the sidearm on it.
We got that. Have you seen the pictures?
You ought to just text it to me with that smartphone of yours.
Okay,
Hey, you can slap his head.
y'all ready to move on?
Yeah.
We'll get, Kelly, we'll need to call, where our tractor's sitting and see how long they think it's gonna be. Okay? Okay.
Maybe this week, of course, you can't get a hold of them. I like to, if I come there again one day,
Get it right.
they're waiting on Tiger now, trying to change the bracket or something. They're not sure whether it's gonna be a 1 or 2 day fix or bad deal. The bolt broke off, frame mounts Tiger to the tractor. And that's the issue right now.
Is there a better piece of equipment that, that could be hooked to instead of a tractor?
Bring it up here and show it. He's got it.
There,
He's found,
Put it on track on.
Ain't no track on
Bob, Mary, Rob Earl, I just
Yep.
looked at.
it. You won't see it.
We're gonna have to look at this.
What's it mounted to?
Bring it up, Kelly.
It's its own machine.
it looks like a telehandler, similar to a telehandler, but it's got this mow boom on the side of it. It's really, to break it down simple, but that's what it sort
Does
of
it,
looks like.
does it
We really need to
rotate?
think about
Yeah,
it.
it's forward, right there it is.
Only thing about that piece of equipment, a lot of the county roads that I have trouble going down.
Well, if that thing can't get down it, how are we supposed to farm down it? I mean, that's what, all I can say there.
We would be like you are, Barry, the cars would be backing up behind us.
I think
That's
it's
what
actually
this thing's
cheaper than I thought
designed
it
for,
would be.
Thomas.
Sir?
That's what it's made for.
Right.
And, you know, you can go down a 8-foot road and it'll mow it, or a mow trim. I'll give you a prime example, Francis Yates Road. Mow trim can't mow it. It's not wide enough to get further enough over to fit it.
He said it
look
was
at
some
the
in
video.
Ohio, some in Ohio. I'm gonna try to if they send me that guy's number, I'm gonna try to call somebody that's used
I'll
it.
just leave that on that with y'all.
No, but you said that's the only one you had, so I can go online.
No, I give it to you. I just
I'm gonna take a
downloaded
picture
it.
of it.
Just,
So,
I want to show you.
I'm assuming this, you know, this bush hog part of it can be replaced. I mean, you don't have to replace the whole tractor, because bush hog gonna last 5 years, tractor ought to last
yeah,
10.
but you can get any attachment for it.
You can.
But the grinder head,
Yeah.
the thing that extends
Put trees
27
and
feet,
so forth.
you can
You know
grind
what I'm
trees
saying?
down with it, then have to pay tree cutters. But it's something to look at, but, you know.
How
it's really
far out are
what
they?
it is, 25,000 higher than
I would think
a
so.
mow trim in that neighborhood.
So what's the budget on that piece of equipment?
The what?
The budget, like how much is that piece of equipment?
It's like 185,
Okay, I was thinking 160, so it's
where a mow trim will run.
It's actually cheaper than I thought it'd be when I looked at it, seriously.
But look at the videos on it before we come up with whatever we're gonna do.
That thing will get too,
I don't
won't it?
even buy a corn
I bet it'll
head
run
for a
30 mile an hour.
big combine.
said 29.
29.
You know what I mean? Does it vary? I said, that don't mean hardly buy a corn head for a big combine.
Okay,
It does in North Logan.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we can look at that and see,
take
look
a
at our
little
options.
break. Okay,
No, I said we can look at that.
yeah, we can look at it. I thought you said a
We're
break.
almost done.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't need a break. I don't.
I'll find out about the mow trim one day this week.
Okay.
Okay, judges' announcement for the day.
And a mow trim.
Logan County Tobacco and Heritage Festival is still scheduled for September the 23rd up through October the 9th. The Logan County Tourism is having the 6th annual countrywide hometown bale trail for October the 1st through October 31st. If anybody's interested in putting up a bale decoration, then they contact the Logan County Tourism. There's questionnaires and in connection with the audit and the folders that will need to be filled out. If you got them here today, it would be good if you filled them out before you left here today and turn them into Janice, and that's, okay. I've had a few requests for mosquito spraying, and most of it's been on J. Montgomery Road. And I think we run into this every year when we start haying and harvesting crops. It seems to stir the mosquitoes up, so we're gonna get these turned in, and if there's any more that y'all would like to try to turn in, hopefully the state will have time come around and do some of the spraying for us. So,
This is the first year I haven't had any.
but at this time of year when they're,
On J. Montgomery. I've had about 4 on that road, J. Montgomery.
and we got those names, telephone numbers, addresses, and everything we need there on J. Montgomery. Okay, the Bluegrass Festival, the understanding I got in Auburn, has been canceled this year. I just got word of that last week, and I meant to go ahead and add it to the announcements. Is there any other announcements that I'm aware of, that y'all aware of? Okay, not hearing any. We'll move on then to citizen participation. I don't see any citizens here today, but if anybody would like to address the court, we ask that you come forward. State your name, some vicinage of the county you live in, and address the court. Not seeing anybody, well, let's take a 5-minute break. Okay?
Thomas, are they 4-wheel vehicles blowing your stop sign or big trucks? You stop
couple people
Florida
that's,
last week, so I just hadn't got back.
okay, we can get everybody back in the seats.
Got her?
I'll get back in there. Get floor one.
Where we at? Host agenda? Not yet.
Well, I must be lazy, I didn't get it.
You taking medicine?
Okay, we'll move in to new business. Tyler, you got us turned on?
I gotta go. Huh? Yeah, we're back on.
Okay.
He's taking ivermectin.
First item of business is opening bids for a mowing tractor for the road department. It looked like we've had 4 bids presented.
4 bids. Not bad.
It looked like we got 2 bids on 2 Kubota tractors and 2 bids on 2 John Deere tractors.
2 John Deere.
Agrippine, Hudson, Wright, and
Well, how did he know it's Kubota? Because Agripar would be under H&R, it wouldn't have Kubota on it. So
Hobby Down Reed.
Okay, this is provided by Hudson. Okay, it looked like the Okay, this is a John Deere 5090E cab tractor, $55,652.68. And I'll pass that around, and the envelope, and we need to make sure it all stays together, okay?
see if it shows availability. What was that number, 55?
650, 5090. Oh, 55,
You might-
652, 68.
You might look and see what horsepower that tractor is.
652.
Somewhere around 85, I think.
.62.
Okay, the
Singing something.
second bid from John Deere from Hudson
Okay, they got
is a John Deere 5100E cab, and the bid on that's $58,121.07.
Is that the size we want, 100 horsepower? Is that what y'all advertise?
I think we said 85 to 100. Wasn't that what the bids are somewhere, something around 85 to 100, I think.
Yeah, 85 to 100.
Okay, the bid that we put in the paper, and everything should be in y'all folders.
I don't
The Logan County Fiscal Court will be accepting bids for mowing tractors for the Logan County Road Department. For bid specifications, call the road department. Bids can be mailed or hand delivered to the Logan County judge. And the specifications are on the back. If you're asking questions, 85 to 100 horsepower is what we requested bids on.
I'm trying to find it, but it's somewhere. No, that's on what we
Okay, the next
requested.
bid is on a Kubota tractor.
That's what we requested.
Kubota.
Okay.
This bid is submitted from Hobby Down Reed, I believe.
Okay.
Hobby Dime Reed.
And this is M5 111, $55,758.23.
Tell me that number again.
$55,758.23, but that's 100 horsepower. Okay, the next bid's a M5091 tractor, and this bid comes in from Hobby Dye and Reed again. Another Kubota tractor.
It's 90 horsepower. The 90E is 90.
This 90 engine horsepower, it must be 85
Probably
PTO.
82 PTO.
And I did exactly what I thought I might have done. I cut this in two. But, it looked like the bid is $54,226.44.
So we got a 100 horsepower Kubota and a 90 somewhere.
That's 100 there.
54,
Tape, Joe.
229,
I put this bid in there.
44.
This
Some
is,
of them are four
You did a
cylinder,
good job,
this is
Eddie.
four cylinder.
Well, I'd have said 300 days, but you don't want to be.
54, 220,
Well, which one's the biggest one?
44. The 100 each.
That's not bad.
Or probably
one
the
here.
111.
They cut the prices so much, they cut the paper in half.
That was a steal
You
deal.
mean, the 54 that we just got is.
Joe got the tape there, if
Joe's
you
got
want to
tape.
take it.
Let me put it together. Let me put it together for you here.
See, it's 105 gross horsepower engine.
And this is
horsepower,
envelope for
max
that.
PTO's 89 on this
Yeah, this,
M511.
the 100E is 100 horsepower and 85 at the PTO.
What is the weight of that, like that?
Okay. I know this one's got two wheel weights added to it. It's at that.
I thought it'd be like that.
Made in Mexico, I'm out.
Inside of
Shoot, all them little John Deere's are made for them.
Yeah.
I don't know, Kubota might be too, I don't know.
Kubota probably made in Canada.
Japan.
Is it?
Japanese company.
Isn't that 85 or?
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably interested in that.
I got these figured out.
Do they have dual power on these tractors? On new
They're
tractors?
power shifts, I think. Now, the E's is not, they just shuttle. They don't have no shift on the go, I don't think. On the Kubota.
I was gonna ask, why do we do a E instead of an M or an R?
Because it's $10,000 cheaper.
I don't know.
And
I
they,
don't know why they didn't do an M. An M's like a better tractor.
on the road, they're not that bad, but in the field, they'll beat you absolutely to death.
What we are.
They eat.
Yeah,
The
that's the
M's
reason I was
better.
asking, why are we quoting the,
The next step up, the M's.
We
Kelly,
never owned a
you need to get
Kubota,
up here.
have we?
huh?
You and
never
Scotty
owned a
need to get up
Kubota.
here and go over this.
Yeah, I'd like to keep it that way.
What's that?
Kubota.
I'm not for the Kubota.
You know,
No,
You never voted?
no.
So I thought we had
John
4
Deere.
bids.
John
Did we just
Deere.
have 3?
Well, I think two Kubotas and 2 John Deeres.
Tom said he wasn't much for that.
Hey, I just, whatever y'all recommend, I don't care.
What's the M? How much higher is the M over the E's?
See, the E's are just economy truck,
I know, I said, what's the M?
a whole lot higher,
About 10 grand higher?
10, 12, yeah.
I don't know nothing about Kubota, but if the Kubota's always better than the paint job, you know, get that.
All I know is they brought that M111 out there, let us demo it, and ran them guys low. I said that was like my one machine. And that's going
What was
like
the
it
PTO on the M111?
It was.
87, you
I
said?
tell you what, these were all close bids, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
close.
A 90 max PTO is 76. I'm looking at the wrong one. 89.
They got a bad boy tractor. Well, I'm the 100 horsepower either way, I don't care. I'm 100 horsepower either way, we'll leave the little one out.
I agree with you.
I bring Indian Hunter on it. I'll do what
Is this the 90? Who's got this? You've got the 100E specs. I'm just gonna.
You're the one buying.
No, I'm not either. Your taxpayer is. Taxpayer's buying.
Which
includes you.
Well, I ain't on the equipment committee at all, but my personal opinion is I'd be looking at the M series. I think, you know, if it's $10,000 more, it's $10,000 more, but the wear and tear of the E is going to outweigh the difference in the, you know, those M series are just a little heavier tractors. They have different transmissions in them. Which, if you're an operator, you understand that makes a lot of difference on your wear and tear. Weight makes the biggest difference, I think, on your wear and tear, especially when you're bush hogging and stuff like that. But that's just my 2 cents worth. If it's $10,000 more, you get $10,000 worth of value. You get more resale or trade in when we go to trade in. But, you know, maybe something in the future the equipment committee could look at is that worth it? And if so, we need to just start specking it out and don't even look at an E no more.
What's Bobby running? What's his? 5100 E? The one Bobby's running. It's an E too.
Did we ask for an E? Or was that?
All of them
I'm
are
thinking.
E's.
I bet you they quoted E because of the availabilities.
We got several of those E series that work well, bush hogging.
But what was the availability between the E and the M? Do you know? I know, but what of these tractors is available right now? I mean, is the John Deere's available? They brought the big Kubota out there and let them demo it, and everybody out there at the road department fell in love with it.
That's fine.
If y'all don't mind, be sure and keep those envelopes with the bids.
Should have said 3 weeks.
No, it's just one they had to bid that.
The Kubota's an economy. It's the economy model as well.
What's its transmission? Is it just shuttle shift or is it
8 forward, 8 reverse, 2, let's see. Another Deere shuttle, but it's no
Electric hydraulic shuttle shift.
electric shuttle.
Planetary final drives.
Did they start making cars?
I don't know, I've got one of the first ones, I think it's 16.
Where did you put that? I mean, that's the decision's between the 100 horsepower Deere and 100 horsepower Kubota, so.
So what's that Kubota model M5 what?
111. I couldn't see the weight.
I think that's the little one, though. We looking at, I think, to the 100 horse, one of the 100 horsepower ones.
So these two are out, is that what you're saying?
No, the 100 horsepower Deere you need to keep.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a 100 horsepower Deere in
Am I
there.
supposed to know which one?
It's the 100E, the other one was
Both of the
5090,
pages are the same.
5090 and 5100.
Okay, so the 5090E's out.
Yes.
We'll give that to James. That one's out.
And then the M5091's out.
This one's out. That's the one Judge cut up. This is one of the folders, I don't know which one. It's just the advertisement to bid.
What was the difference in the price between them two?
Yes, this is a Kubota 100 horse.
For $3,800, or $3,700 and some odd dollars.
Which one was highest?
The John Deere.
By about $3,000.
No, the Kubota 100 horse is 57,000, right?
Oh,
No,
I'm
I mean
sorry.
55,000.
Yeah.
55,000.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right, 55. I wrote it wrong.
Yeah, it's about 2,000.
About 2,500.
What was the bid on the 100 horse John Deere?
58,121.
All right. Is the deer deaf or is it regen? Does it, it tells on the engine like, or the capacities, it
Keep going back.
fluid
to the
capacities.
Specs they printed off the internet. Keep going. Right there. Fluid capacity.
Fluid capacity.
I'm sure they're deaf. The John Deere weighed 7,200 pounds, but I couldn't find out how heavy the Kubota was. I'd be curious to see how well it was built up against it.
John Deere, 4-cylinder, 2400 horsepower, 85 PTO.
7,540 pounds. It's a heavier
reverse.
tractor.
Which one?
Kubota.
That's what I was thinking. Right here, lift pounds is 7,055.
It says its gross engine horsepower is 113.
It showed that here on something.
30.
Right here.
Deaf.
105, it's 105.6 is what they wrote.
The Kubota's deaf.
Yeah, it says that on here, 3.2 gallon deaf.
Let's see what the Deere is. What was it, a 5100D?
It
Yes.
says fuel tank, but I don't see nothing about no DEF.
So is
I'll
it
find it
is it
right
regen then?
It will
I don't know, Barry.
be, it will be down.
Oh, I don't understand.
Now, the Kubota is, but the Deere's, I don't know if it's deaf or regen. If it's regen,
What about the ones we got now, Kelly, are they deaf?
they're regen,
What do
right?
you mean by that? I'm lost.
Regen's where they inject fuel in there and reburn it into exhaust pipe. Def is where it mixes in all the time.
Which one's better?
I like Def.
I thought they was
I
diesel.
don't like
Neither one of
regen.
them are diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said gas.
Did you know that?
Def, the Def fluid, the diesel.
the Def.
the-
Yeah, oh,
Diesel
okay.
emission fluid.
I got you. I know what it is. Yeah, I got it.
All right, we need to,
Let's just table it and review it longer? or-
Well, a lot of, I mean, 9 times out of 10, we go with what the road department suggests.
Whatever he said. Do it or don't.
can I take just a 2-minute break to make a
Yeah.
telephone call?
We're gonna take a couple minute break, just go over these bids. But road department and equipment committee. Tyler, you might need to turn it off, yeah.
Make a motion to reject all these bids and rebid it for an M series.
Does Kubota have an M series as well?
Well, it would be.
Because this is their economy series that they bid.
I'm sure they have a step up, you know, if this is their economy, because their series is called M, but maybe
Yeah,
it's
I
like
mean,
an
they
M.
said that's their bid said economy though, is
Right.
what that's what their description there was.
Maybe they have like I know, you see like an MX, maybe that's their next.
Well, that's
size.
what these are, is MX, I think, on envelopes.
It said M.
M.
It said M only, M5, 111, I think.
5111 and M5095.
I would just say bid it in a way that you try to leave wiggle room so that they can fit it with whatever standard, whatever they call it.
Did you make that motion?
No, I'm still pondering, I guess, but I'd rather do that. I'd rather table these, or reject. I'd rather reject these bids and rebid it for a step-up tractor.
For a heavier duty tractor.
That's what I would like to do.
I second that motion.
And I'd like to put it in there that we go for 100. Let's just stay with the 100 horsepower and that we bid a 5100 EM, and whoever else wants to bid it, we want them to be the same step up. That's the way I'd like to do that. With no sense bidding 85 and all that, just bid 100 horsepower and do an EM series or whatever Kubota's next step
I'll
up
go
is.
along with that.
Well, we'll have to word it in a way that, you know, that gives everybody an opportunity to bid it, Barry.
Okay.
We just can't specify
I agree.
an M
It just needs
series.
to be, it just needs to be,
Or the
it needs to be 100 horsepower and their non-economy model.
Right.
Right.
You know, which they could bid an M and an R.
Whatever.
You know, and Kubota could be bid whatever their model is. If it's an MX and an MXT, you know, they could bid both of those, you know. We're just wanting the next, this is the one for the 5111.
And I guess what we got economy tractor bids, and I think we ought to look at the next step up, whatever
Okay.
brand.
And then,
I mean,
of
if we
course,
keep them for
we'll
10
be dealing with availability at that time too.
And availability.
I mean, if we keep them for 10 years.
Okay, we've had a motion to reject these bids and to rebid a heavier tractor. 100, at least 100 horsepower.
Yeah, it's an MX.
MX is their next up.
That's what it says on this thing. That was,
Tractor data. Should
So-
show the next one.
That was a
And
year
we had a
ago.
second, didn't we?
Thomas
Yes, I second it. And we just need to say non-economy series tractor.
A non-economy, yeah.
Okay, any questions? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harford,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next item of business is a public hearing, road hearing set for today in Fiscal courtroom during the regular court meeting for the purpose of adding Clematis Lane, approximately 1,575 feet, to the Logan County road system. This hearing is held for the purpose of hearing comments from any citizen who might oppose or support adding Clematis Road, approximately 1,575 feet to the county road system.
Judge, I see nobody in attendance here that would address that road, but anyhow, it's, as Jack had called me to get the background on that, that is what we call South Slope Subdivision. Started kind of with Wilhelm Lane, starting on the south end, and then Pembroke, and then Clematis was added several years. So the original South Slope was Pembroke and Wilhelm. Then if you go back to Wilhelm, there's another road called Oakdale. All those are on the county road system. But those two roads, Wilhelm and Pembroke, was part of South Slope Subdivision. And then many years later, after those got developed, the developer sold and built, the developer, which were the Kemps on that property, they came in and added a road and never made the request for that to be put on the road system. I have had requests from homeowners for that to be put on the system, but refused to bring that before the court because of flooding issues. Some things, I can't tell you what, have been done in the last 2 to 3 big rains we've had, and I'm not saying it won't, but the last 2 or 3 big rains we have, the road did not flood. So that's all I can tell you, and it's time for those, for that road to be put on the road system. There is probably somewhere between 10 and 15, 16 houses. I didn't count, but 10, it's not like it just serves one road. It's in a subdivision. It's several houses.
The
10 places.
connecting road at the end, which would be the east end,
Yes.
on the north end of that one, it'll flood.
On the north end. Yeah, that was one of the, so when you, that's right there between Oakdale, so the northeast end of that road, is where, matter of fact, it was Ginger's mother who used to own that house, and it used to flood, but again, they have done something, that house no longer floods, and Clifford Price built that very last house at the end, and he did some work as well to help promote drainage in a proper way. All I can tell you is the last rain, I went out there, I know the judge went out there, and man, it was a good rain. We had about 7 inches over about a 2-day period, and the road wasn't flooded.
17 houses on Clematis.
17, so.
On the first house on the left, when it was built, didn't they have to raise it up another block?
They did, and they should have, because they
I think they did.
front of
They
the
got
Clematis
caught before they built
and the
it.
very end of Clematis is the
They had to
worst
raise it
of
up.
it. The
Now-
center's kind of all right, it kind of arches. Just look at the cornfield next, you can tell the
Yeah.
topography.
The connecting road down at the end again.
Uh-huh.
The county's responsible for that too, correct?
That is a county road.
Well, they all will if we make the third.
That's right. But just where it kind of connects right there, it's about a half of a U. Ain't that right, Kelly? It's at the end of Clematis, it takes a right-hand turn, and, only about 20 yards would be county road. The rest of it's already county road.
What was your motion?
Talbot. It's called Talbot Avenue.
Yeah.
See right there, Talbot Avenue is already a county road. It's just, they connected it right there.
Yeah. That's in the water district, that's the reason I know
Yeah.
about that. And how far it goes.
So anyhow, it's ready. I have not talked to the Kemps. I know in years past they were supportive of it, but, they're going to have to provide a deed unless that was taken through the subdivision board.
Okay, well, that's something we'll have to ask.
Yeah. It's paved, but it's ready for repavement. If it becomes a county road, I'll pave it immediately.
17 homeowners, taxpayers, they need a road
Are you
repaved.
making a motion?
Yeah, is there anything I need to do? I need to make that motion.
They'd make a motion,
So moved.
Second.
but they'll be able to go ahead and spell it out, Thomas, if you don't care.
Yep. Glasses on here.
I would just say, add in there that, provided they get us a deed unless, I'll put all that in the motion.
Or a player.
Provided that the developer, which is Kemp, the Kemp family, or a plat, that we would add approximately 1,575 feet, and that does include the kind of extension that would bear to the left that may technically be considered Talbot. So there's a little piece that technically might be a few footage of Talbot. You understand that it runs into Talbot. Talbot was extended, so it's not only Clematis, it might be just a few feet of Talbot.
Come back up here.
But it's approximately 1,575 feet of Clematis and maybe a few feet of Talbot be put onto the county road system. Did you understand that, Judge?
Yeah.
You know, it's Talbot as well, okay? I put that in form of a motion.
Second.
What was it provided? Provided they produce something?
Produce the deed or the plat.
Deed or plat? Okay.
Thomas, you made the comment that they've done something.
Sir?
You made the comment about them having done something about the flooding. Are you satisfied it won't flood again?
No, I make no warranty on that
Does it matter if it
whatsoever.
floods? Honestly,
There's nothing we can do about
Nothing
it.
we can
I
do
mean,
about
main
it.
roads
Just-
that do it.
I've
all
got
the time.
15 roads that flood
We,
if it rains an inch.
been taking this on, is he talking about the possibility of flooding?
He just wanted to know if I was satisfied that it wasn't gonna flood again, and I'm like, no, I have no idea what.
We have no control over flooding.
Yeah,
Same thing, I got one.
Not any road.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm sure you've got a couple roads.
my reservation for bringing it on wasn't the fact that the road was flooded, it was the fact that the developer neglected to address it. That was my reservation. We can't let subdivision developers not address water retention and storm water runoff. Does that fall on us, or does that fall on the subdivision board? I think that's just been neglected over years.
But what's made you move?
And then they come back to us, and we have to use taxpayer funds to fix something that a developer neglected. That was my point.
But there was something done that has improved it, which is why you move forward, or more likely to go ahead.
Well, that's the
Or it
reason
helps
I-
your decision to want to
That's
go
right.
ahead.
That's the reason I asked Thomas what I did. He said something has been done. But he didn't say
I know they've cleaned off and buried 2 tiles back there. Kelly may know more about it than me, but I know on Oakdale, which is the biggest thing that impacts that, is on Oakdale, just look at the topography, go to why people build a house in the middle of the bowl, I have no idea, but they do. And they buried a pipe back there, like a road tile. So apparently they dug a hole, buried that pipe, and put some riprap around it. And then they did the same thing in the corner behind the house in the corner of Talbot and Clematis. They did the same thing.
Okay, we had a motion, we had a second. We'll go ahead and add Clematis Lane.
And that little
Provided,
bit of Talbot that was extended.
yeah,
Talbot Avenue, Kelly. They extended Talbot as well. It'd be added to the road system, and that'll get that whole subdivision.
1575.
I don't know, does that 1575 include that little extension of Talbot, or is it just,
To the right, and then the zag to the left.
that's right, includes it all, yeah. So, but that's technically Talbot, not Clematis. But the total of both is approximately 1575.
There's a little section at the end of the town that you're talking about, going over the Willow Line. It's still grass, isn't it?
That's correct, it does not go over the
How
Willow.
much trouble would it be to make that look like that?
My understanding is the people in the subdivision don't want that to happen.
Okay. That's the reason I'm
I've
asking.
asked 2 or 3 times, would y'all like that to go over to Wilhelm, and they said no.
You're talking about right there.
I'm talking about that little section right there.
Yeah, we don't want that done right now. If the subdivision changes their mind, I'll be happy to bring it to court, but they don't want it. And I understand why they don't want
They don't want to cut through traffic.
okay, we
it.
need
Wilhelm's got a
to,
lot of rental on it,
We need a roll call.
where the other 2 streets do. And we've had trouble with people driving.
I don't know, you probably won't, that won't make any difference to you.
Judge, I think we're ready for.
Okay, let's have roll call then.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next item of business, this got sent to Scotty's office a little bit late, but we need knowledge. Big Muddy's, I want to make sure I'm saying this right.
Big Muddy Creek watershed.
Yeah, Big Muddy Creek watershed's tax rate, and according to the minutes, they left it where it was at .10.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, is there any question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper.
Yes.
High,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, next item of business is to acknowledge the 2021 tax rates for all countywide taxing districts, excluding the school districts, and y'all should have a copy of what the tax bill will look like, excluding the schools.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any questions? Not hearing any, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper.
Yes.
High,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, next item of business is to renew the agreement with AAA for equipment and monitoring the PVA office at $443.40 a year.
Do have a, this is just for burglar alarm, right? This is security.
Yeah, well, fire and burglar alarm.
It does fire? Oh, like
Yeah.
what you have at home, like a smoke detector that might call the fire department, I guess, probably. I don't know. I just don't know why we're using.
It's, we had one incident where it was broken into, and that's the reason for it.
What do we use on everything else?
Well, we use Wire for Life. We have a local company, is why I'm asking why we're using AAA.
Well, AAA's been there for a number of years, and she needed one little old improvement to it, and they wanted a new agreement. We've been paying it for a number of years.
Yeah. Y'all are good with that's why we have a local company. We're paying for somebody with Bowling Green, but we don't have that prepared, so.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper.
Yes.
High,
Yes.
Golden,
No.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, before we get into the post agenda, I've got an announcement to make.
Yeah, no doubt. We need to.
If y'all ready. With 7 weeks before the filing time begins on November the 4th, I will not be seeking re-election for Logan County Judge Executive for another term. I want to thank my family, friends, employees, and the citizens of Logan County, Democrats, Republicans, and other parties for their continuing support and votes for the last 4 terms. I have enjoyed working with all of the elected officials and will continue to work with them to the end of the term, the mayors, the city council members, the local and state elected constitutional officers. Logan County is blessed to have good elected officials. I have also want to thank all of the magistrates that I have served with on fiscal court for the last 4 terms and their continuing support. And our employees are our strength. And the judge's office, the road barn, the occupational tax office, the 911 center, and the solid waste departments in the county are employees. Your employees are your strength and your weaknesses. In my situation, I've got a lot of troopers. And I hope whoever decides to run for Logan County Judge Executive will take the time to get to know these employees. They're full of wisdom and knowledge in all departments, and will consider these employees. with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for bearing with me through the years, and I know that there's a lot of comments that 75 is a new retirement age. 70 will be my retirement age, and I look forward to spending a little time with my family, my grandchildren, and just hope Logan County the best, and God bless Logan County and the United States of America.
Well, Judge, I want to say I appreciate everything you've done for the county. I think you've been a great judge, and I've enjoyed working with you. It's my term as magistrate, and I consider you a friend and a Christian brother, and I do appreciate everything that you've done for the county. And I hate that you bring us some news, but also I'm happy for you. I know you want to spend some time with my grandkids and take them fishing, so I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay.
Absolutely, Judge, yeah.
I wanted to be sure and give-
Time, I've really appreciated every minute of it. It's been good to serve with you.
Hope you well in your future.
Big shoes to fill.
Yes, sir.
Expect to find you in my office once a week at least, if not.
Well, I plan on continuing to do my job. My career actually started on the other side of this street,
Yeah, that's right.
and opened up stores on the north side of town, the west side of town. My journey in life has taken me to opening stores in Tennessee, Western Kentucky, Alabama, and overseeing about 23 different stores. And at the end of it, I crossed the street. So,
Started on one side and finished on the other.
well, and then opened up one on the east side of town,
Yeah.
the Harvest with Glenn Adler.
Well, I sure appreciate your friendship and the job you've done. Sure do. It's been great working with you, and plan on working with you till end of your term's up. Then I might try to.
Well,
hire
and
you.
one reason I want to go ahead and get this out there, there would be some, people put some consideration and thought in whether they want to be county judge executive or not.
Well, I appreciate that. That's fair. And I really appreciate you doing that, not wait till the last minute and spring that on, because that's a big commitment. People need to be thinking about it, and praying about it.
And if y'all choose to run, I hope you're the best. I hope you choose to run on your own merit and not what you consider other people's mistakes.
That's right.
No longer than I've been on, I'd say the same thing. I appreciate working with you. I sold you a hay baler years ago before you come judge. Maybe you go back to farming and I can sell you another one.
Yeah. Well, you sold me a good one.
He's trying to get your money already, man.
Shoot, I tried to hire him, and he tried to sell him a baler, huh?
He's trying to get you out there cutting some tobacco.
If it makes you feel any better, I never threaded that baler the whole 5 or 6 years I owned it. And my neighbor gave me exactly what I paid for it, and he'd been borrowing it some. And he paid me what I gave for it, and told me, he said, since you let me borrow it, no more hay in your baler now, I'll just let you borrow mine.
There you go.
Well, we appreciate all you've done for the county, and I know the constituents of the county appreciates it as well.
Well, you fooled me. I didn't think you were not wrong. I thought you were wrong.
Okay, is there any post agenda?
I make a motion.
No, not yet.
Okay, go.
I want to request a road hearing for Phillip Lane at 1,600 feet Phillip Lane. Put that on the agenda, if y'all want to look at it.
Oh, you want to add a county road?
Add a
Oh,
county
okay,
road.
I got you.
Is that a motion?
You put that,
Well, I guess it's a motion for a road hearing, I guess, or to add it to the agenda. Is that the correct way to do it?
yes.
I'll second your motion.
Okay, got a motion and a second, set up a road hearing for Phillip Lane to become part of the Logan County road system. And of course, that'll be due to a deed or,
Yes, that'll be up to the deed, and it will stop, if y'all want to look at it, it'll stop at the water tower going into Russell's water tower there. That's where it will end at, right there at their turnaround. It'll start at 68 and go to the entrance of the water tower.
Is that become city there where the water?
No, that's as far as they want to take it. They just want to stop the road right there. The private owner on the end does not want to.
After that point, it becomes a driveway.
And
It turns a driveway.
There's a turnaround back there.
There will be, the turnaround will be where they go up to the water tank. You'll be able to turn around right there.
How many landowners you got there, Barry? How many landowners you got there? 5?
Get about 5. And there's,
Okay, we had a motion second, we need to have a vote on it.
yeah, probably 6 landowners.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crosley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper.
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
And while we're talking about that, Jason and myself,
You got to vote, yes or no?
yes. Jason and myself went down and looked at the lake, and the back end of that, Muhlenberg County has already taken it on. That's something that we're going to have to talk to landowners about. They are going to have to do some improvements to it. But I just want y'all to know that Muhlenberg County has taken it on, and they've gravelled. I don't know if it can be anything other than a gravel road at any time. And the situation with the hills and the hollows and different things, but we did go down there and look at it and talk to 1 or 2 of the landowners.
Barry, is that the other side of Phillip Lane, is that the city?
Oh, okay. No, it's on the other, it's on this side. No, this is not, this is private over here. We're not adding it. We're just adding this part right over here. It will be on the north side of 68.
So as far as the Canyon Run development goes, there's 10,000 feet of road down there that could be, I mean, that's in that development. And just looking at it, me and the judge and Kelly went down there, and there's less than half of that would ever need to be considered, because I don't know if y'all have ever been down there, but some of it's just back roads to get to like other sides of the development, and it's not even really used. So Muhlenberg County, and I'm waiting on that magistrate, he's going to send me some info on the minutes of their meeting, but they have added their tail end of it, so they come through us to do all their work, and they've graded it. I mean, they've got it looking, their part looking really good. So, but I'm working with some landowners down there, just getting them to do a little bit so we can hopefully take it over.
Sir?
Yeah.
Well, if we're through, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, got a motion to adjourn, a second.
About paving.
Questions?
What was you saying about just bringing it up about the road?
Yeah, I mean, we're,
Don't have a road here yet?
no, there's a few things that the landowners are gonna have to do before we can have a road here.
Oh, okay.
And we're just trying to iron that out.
All right.
And my idea is to do it in like
Paving
3
for the
phases.
Solar farm, don't you?
So,
But it needs to be paved.
It turns into a Shawnee path.
yes.
It needs to be paved no matter what goes back there. It needs to be paved.
Wow, that's a big old road, isn't it?
Okay,
So
we
you
got a
can-
motion to adjourn,
I'll
a
show you
second.
the map.
Let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crosley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes.
So this right
Thank
here.
you. Like Phillip, that thing's been going on for about
So when it comes
6
in
years.
here, it's county all the way to here.
Oh, okay.
So then,
Get out of here.
you got this little dog leg right here. That's the
Well, I hope
first
you had a
phase
good
I
sale.
want.
About 6 hours.
And then this is the second
But I didn't know
phase.
how you
And
do
then that's all we'll ever do.
Checking people.
Because
I go to
Yeah, it makes a big circle, just makes a big circle, but here's what Muhlenberg County starts, the line cooks right here.
I go just this side,
From
and
there up,
then it goes over 35 miles, and that's where the sale is. It's not that far, 335 miles.
Yeah, why would you?
I
A lot
go,
better.
some of them 500 and 600.
A lot better.
Hey, how was Disneyland
I
World?
haven't got my mobility done.
Good, but I get too old for this.